Okay, for this project, you need 7 2x4s, both cut in half for 4 feet each, even they're 8 feet long at first, and that means you have 14, and that's 7 2x4s per ramp. Now, I got these pre-cut too. These are corgi board. It doesn't really matter if you use plywood or corgi board. If you're gonna use corgi, you have to make sure you get around 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. And I got 2 of those, 2 for the surface since this stuff is really good surface, and 2 for the sides. For the first step of the project, you need a leveler or just a 2x4 so you can draw the straight angle for your ramp surface. Also, you're going to need a measuring tape, something to draw with. Either a Sharpie or pencil will work. Sharpie makes a little bit better of a mark so you can, when you're cutting, you can read it better. And angle square. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is take your tape measure, put on the end, and go up to around 2 feet. Now this ramp is going to be 4 feet long and 1.5 feet tall. You can make any changes if you want. This is going to be for my basement, so I don't want it that big. Alright, now that I've marked the top of my ramp, I want to make the slope for it. I'm going to come up. It's going to the ramp is 48 inches long, but I'm going to make it 47 inches long so we can have a little bit of hang off for the ramp so it's easier to get up on the ramp. Then after you measure that, you're going to take your angle square again and measure up at least 1.5 inches. And once you got that, just trace it a couple of times, and now you know how much your angle is going to be. Okay, now that you have drawn the platform on the ramp and the bottom area, you're going to take your leveler or 2x4 and make sure it's all lined up so you can have a nice, even transition. Once you got that, put some pressure down on it and mark up and down the measuring 2x4 or leveler at least 5 or 6 times so you have a nice dark cutting line. And there you go. You finish your bank ramp. Now you're just going to repeat that, and you have 2 of them. Alright, so the next step for making your ramps is you're going to have to cut out the wood. Now you can either use a jigsaw or a circular saw, it doesn't matter. And you need a pair of safety glasses just in case. My parents make me wear these when I'm doing my ramp building. And so, let's get cutting. Alright, so I got my first cut done. It looks pretty good, a nice clean cut. Now I have to finish up on my second, add the ribs, and I'm done. Alright, so once you make your cuts, make sure you have the marks for where you're going to put the 2x4s at. So you're going to start on 1, go every 4 inches, then you're going to take a 7-inch break, almost 1, 2, 7, and then go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on. I want to do it on the angle part though. Take some so they're easy to put in and they have a lot of holding. And you're going to use at least 2 to 3 per 2x4. And you're going to line them up on each ramp, and then you have to put on your covering. Okay, so I finished the spawning on my ramp. This took me at least half an hour to an hour. It's very difficult building by yourself. What you need is probably a friend to help you out with this. It went pretty smooth. Those nails worked really wide. It's just a little wobbly, but I don't know. It still will work. Now I just have to add the top layer, and I finish a bank ramp. Alright, so I finished the ramp. And it's pretty nice. I'm going to put a threshold and some masonite on it later. I just need to put on the top part so you can drop in on it. But it's a really nice bank ramp. Really, really sturdy. And you just have to make sure you get the wood on straight. I didn't. But it still works perfectly fine. And this ramp, I don't know, around $16 to $20. So a ramp like this, that's really, really good. It's 4 feet wide, 4.5 tall, 6-foot platform, and it is a beauty.